Good morning, dears. Today we are going to discuss about the endocrinal pancreatic insufficiency, that is diabetes. I am sure all of you people are very well aware about the diabetes, but the real issue behind the diabetes is usually the diagnosis of the diabetes may not occur in most of the cases. But whenever you diagnose your patient is as having diabetes, already he may having the same diabetes since 10 or 20 years back. Because in an examination, the question regarding the diabetes, the clinical features expressed or explained by you people may be like that of polyuria, polyphagia and polydipsia. But the same polyuria, polyphagia, polydipsia can be expected in a patient whenever his blood glucose level become more than 250 or 300. In a diabetic patients, the symptoms are very subclinical or non-specific, or even though there may be some symptoms, the symptoms can be seen in some other disorders also. The common manifestations like fatigability, uncontrolled or unexplained weight loss, and at the same time obesity is a pre-diabetic manifestation of diabetes. The acute complication of diabetes may be diabetic ketoacidosis or hyperglycemia, and long-term complication of diabetes can be, or it may be, diabetic encephalopathy, diabetic neuropathy, diabetic cardiopathy, diabetic myopathy, diabetic arthropathy. So various levels of angiopathy either in micro or macrovascular levels. And the presentation may be as kidney failure or cardiac failure or vascular anomalies like cerebrovascular accidents like a stroke or a hemorrhage. In all these cases, we may came to know that our patient is having diabetes only at the end of pathology, because the symptoms are very poor or subclinical. These are the main issue behind the endocrinal insufficiency of pancreas. So, the prevention of pancreas plays great important role. Prevention can be achieved only by social education or patient education, patient empowerment, and real-time or early detection of the possibility of diabetes. Regarding the fasting or postprandial or RBS levels, we cannot rely over the same because the FBS, PPBS, RBS are fluctuating very easily, and at the same time evaluation of the microalbuminuria, screening of HbA1c or glycated hemoglobin, evaluation of serum cystatin, etc. plays great important role in prevention as well as early detection of the diabetes. So, a real concept regarding the issue of diabetes should always keep in mind, because unfortunately most of the diabetic patients are treated simply for the balancing of blood glucose level, either by anti-diabetic medicine or even by direct insulin injection. At the same time, most of the doctors or even by patients neglect the real cause behind the diabetes. It may be due to defective synthesis or qualitative or quantitative reduction in the effect of insulin or various levels of insulin antagonism or complete absence of insulin secretion itself, that means type 1 or type 2. It can also be due to either acute or chronic inflammation or gradual or slow progressive damage of the endocrinal cells of the pancreas, say alpha, beta, delta and polypeptide cells. Any tumors in the alpha cells that is known as glucagonoma, that constantly stimulate the hepatic system and thereby uncontrolled release of glycogen from the liver into the bloodstream as in the form of glucose. The insulin may not enough to balance the same. Other neuroendocrinal tumors, cancer pancreas, or cystic fibrosis or chronic calcific pancreatitis, etc. may leads to symptom of diabetes. But unfortunately, we may totally neglect the real pathology behind or the real diagnosis behind the diabetes. All these are the real issues. So, these are the main thought regarding the endocrinal pancreatic insufficiency. Next, about the exocrinal pancreatic insufficiency, that can be studied in next class. Thank you for watching.